Good afternoon. Today we are going to learn about principles and practices of crop production. Okay, so this topic actually this is the subject topic, and today we'll be learning about some concepts, the main concepts in the course outcome one. In this, we'll be learning. Students will gain knowledge on the basic principles of crop production. So we know very well agriculture is actually the main occupation of Indians. So 2/3 of Indian population is engaged in agricultural activities. Okay, so we know it's cultivation. So agriculture in the sense we are cultivating these plants for some economical purpose, right? So for example, if when this crop we are having plants in our garden also, but we can't call it as crop cultivation. So that is, we have the same kind of plant is being grown and cultivated on large scale. We call it as crop. Okay, kharif crop or rabi crops or etc. So they will be divided basics based on the seasons. So next we'll be seeing what are the basic practices of crop production. So first is preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizer, irrigation, production from weeds, harvesting and storage. How we have to prepare the soil. The first one is plowing. So you are losing the soil, you are turning the soil by the process called tilling or plowing, and then you are providing water to the field so that it makes us wet, and then you are flattering the soil so that the water distributions will be even. Next we have it as sowing. Sowing is, we know very well, this is very important part you would have seen, right? So good quality seeds have to be selected, and it's scattering of seeds in the earth or field, and after that you will have to add manures and fertilizers as required. So this we have this is essential for the healthy growth, and manure is actually an organic substance which is obtained from the decomposition of plant, right? And fertilizers, it can be a sulfate, superphosphate, potash, NPK. So next is actually irrigation. Irrigation is supply of water. So the time and frequency of irrigation depends from crop to crop. And why it is important? Because if water is very essential for any crop. Okay, so it's very crucial to supply water at the correct time. And the crop has to be protected from weed also. So these weeds are actually undesirable plants that are growing along with the crop. So this is the process of removing weeds. We call it as weeding. We can use weedicides. Okay, they can be sprayed in the fields to kill the weeds, and without damaging the crop. That is very, very essential. Next is harvesting. So it's actually a cutting of a crop after it has become matured. So normally it is done with a machine called sickle. Okay, so we call the sickle harvester. So after that, in this what happens in this is the grain seeds need to be separated from the chaff. So this we have seen in all villages, which is called threshing. And after we get it as the final product, it has to be stored properly. The final product has to be prevented from rats and microorganisms. So what factors do affect? Actually, genetic factors or environmental factors. Genetic factors will be depending upon the quality of seed. Okay, so that we have to do preparations in order to protect our seed, right? Second, the environmental factors. The majority of the environmental factors are temperature, moisture, solar energy, the atmosphere, your soil temperature, your soil nutrients, or you can say it as soil reactions or thermal radiations, biotic factors like animals, nutrient elements, and growth resisting substance, or also toxic atmospheres also. So the main factor, the plants will be competing with each other for water, nutrients, light, and carbon dioxide and everything. So we have to make some adaptive strategies in order to avoid disturbance for the plant growth. Next one is crop management through environmental modifications and adaptation of crops. So actually, when the environmental is changing, so what we are doing is we are selecting the appropriate crops and we are growing. Right. So water availability is one of the dominant factors that is affecting the growth of plant. So growth is there is increase of plant biomass over the time. So it occurs due to photosynthesis process, and there will be respiratory losses also. So that also you have to take into account, and all the factors are very essential for the plant metabolism. So that is water, nutrient elements, light, gases like carbon dioxide, oxygen, the temperature, and also the how much time we need sunlight. Everything it will vary. Okay, and so these factors are very essential for the crop production. So we have discussed what are the basic operations involved in crop production, and also we have discussed what are the factors that are